Oh, there it is. Okay, sorry. Hello, everyone. My thing wouldn't unmute, and I was like, "Why? We need to hear Doug. Everyone's here for Doug, not me."
Just talking about the meaning of life, and I actually got it right, and now I forgot it because that was part of the secret.
Yeah, it was. I'm sorry. I'm
Mm-mm.
sorry.
It's
Now
all good.
no one knows about 42.
Mm.
Anyway, hello everyone. Yes, I'm sorry. I know we were a little late to the intro because it wouldn't unmute Doug. I don't know why it wouldn't unmute Doug, but we're fine. We're fine. We're fine. Everything's fine. Is everything fine? Someone said, Heather, why you mute? Am I on
Oh,
mute?
maybe it was earlier.
Am I on mute?
Oh no, are you? I can hear you fine.
Okay.
Okay.
We're fine. All right. Thank you, Wayflow. Sorry. People
Okay.
were like, Heather, why are you muting? Heather?
I saw
Heather?
that too.
So I was
Like
like,
Heather, I saw that too. Just like, oh shit.
yeah. Whew, don't send me don't give me little heart attacks like that, chat. Jeez. Um anyway, welcome to Chatting with a Doug, where we answer the questions that you have always wanted to know the answer to.
Except the meaning of life, we already answered it, and you missed it.
Yeah,
It
sorry
is a
about
number.
that. Sorry about that. We're going to go through the rules because I see we are almost to level 4 of this hype train.
Chugga 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 choo choo.
Y'all are
Chaplain!
so generous today. Really appreciate that. Thank you. First and foremost here, we give priority to the bit messages since there's some real world money spent towards the end of stream. We sometimes have time for highlighted messages, but highlighting a message does not guarantee that we are going to see it or read it. Also, please save your highlighting towards the end of stream. If you highlight it now, I cannot physically scroll back up because of the nature of the live chat to see the comment anyway. Please not repeat yourself over and over again in chat. You can get timed out or even banned if you're going to continuously do it. So just don't be that person, okay? Don't do it. No spoilers, please, for things like Has Been Hotel, or in case you didn't hear yet, chat, in case you didn't hear, on Friday, Doug is going to start his first ever Final Fantasy game. We've done it. We've done it,
Yes,
chat.
no spoilers on that, because I don't know fuck about it at all.
He literally knows nothing about. We're doing Final Fantasy VII Remake, not Rebirth, Remake, because there's more hitty instead of turn-based in that. So
yes, I am much more excited for that.
Yes. So don't spoil that, is all I'm trying to say. Don't spoil that. Right, Wingweaver? I said that too. I was like, you've seen some Final Fantasy VII characters. You played Kingdom Hearts. And Doug was like, I don't know who Cloud and Sephiroth are. And I was like, cool, dope, awesome.
I've heard the name Sephiroth. I know the song Sephiroth more than I know the character Sephiroth.
Amazing, great. He is my wet hot anime boyfriend. You're not allowed to have a crush
I think
on
he's
him.
everybody's, from what I hear.
Amazing, great. Anyway, no spoilers is the long story short with that. Watch the length of your questions. The longer it is, the faster I have to read it, the more likely it is that we don't understand what's happening and we don't have time to repeat it. So please watch out for that. Maybe check to see if someone else has asked the question that you are going to ask. It's really not going to get you in trouble, but we do just feel bad if you are the 5th person like last week to ask about Has Been Hotel and we just had to glaze over your questions. You spent 100 bits on it. We want to be able to answer a question for you, okay? With the paragraphs too, this is along the same line of this rule, please do not, if you have to part up your question, don't exceed more than 3 parts if absolutely necessary. Again, we just kind of lose the point and we can't really sufficiently answer your question then. So just 3 parts, absolutely max. Also along those lines, please keep it to 1 question per bit message. It just doesn't feel fair if you give 100 bits and say, hi, I have 4 questions when everyone else has respectfully only asked 1 question per bit message. So please do that as well. I feel like I missed something, but I don't think I did. So
I think we're good.
I think we're good. There we go. Oiram, thank you for the 100 bits. Moana 2 is coming out this year. No joke. Wonder if that Gino Carano lawsuit will affect it at all.
she'll have a big part at the end.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. R.I.P. Carl Weathers. Sylvester Stallone released a very moving statement video online regarding his passing. Curious to know if you've seen it.
No, I do want to see that though. Yeah, he's a pretty cool. I mean, they're both cool guys. So yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing what he said about him.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Hello, Doug and Heather. How are you guys?
Good.
Good, thank you. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the trailer for Villains Inc. with Colin Mockery?
Uh, I saw the little thumbnail for it, but I didn't get a chance to actually watch it. So I will queue that up to watch it later.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever seen The Black Cat? It's the first movie to feature Bela Lugosi and Boris Karloff together. I highly recommend it.
I don't think so. I've heard of it. But I don't think I've actually seen the movie, and that is what intrigued me about it. I'm like, ooh, it has like, two of like the names in it. Yeah, there it is. No, I haven't seen it, but it might be a good Halloween movie. Maybe I'll check it out around then.
Oyram, thank you for the 100 bits. Don't know if you did this commercial yet, but apparently there was a Chicago exclusive, I know exactly what we were talking about, called Eagle Man. It has since been parodied by David Letterman, amongst others. Want to give it a look.
Yeah, maybe. And it was funny because there's a DJ around here. I don't think he's still around. Called Man Cow, and he would always make fun of that to a point where they actually put him in the next commercial for it. I probably can't. Let me write that down. Yeah, it is a little weird. I haven't done that one yet, honestly.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. In addition to The Haunting, Robert Wise directed another great horror film called The Body Snatcher. It features a brilliantly menacing performance by Boris Karloff. Have you seen it?
Wait, Body Snatcher or Body Snatchers? Hold on.
The Body Snatcher.
Oh, maybe
directed by Robert Wise.
Robert Wise. Really? Huh. That's so funny. I thought I knew all his horror movie. Yeah, Robert Wise. There it is. Huh. Okay, that's okay. I got two kick-ass that's another Karloff and Lugosi movie. Holy shit. All right. Well, okay. I know two movies with Lugosi and Karloff. I'm gonna watch this Halloween. Oh my god, I'm excited about that. And a Robert Wise one. Holy shit. How did I never know about that one?
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the movie Semi-Pro?
That one I'm not sure I know about. It's gotta be another one where I just don't know like half
everything.
Half the movies, yeah. Let me see.
Stump Doug now.
Oh, I did see. I don't remember getting that into it, but I don't remember being like awful either. It just didn't grab me. But I only saw it once when it came out.
Oyram, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, did you want to marry Larry David after he assaulted Elmo on live TV?
Man, what a shame they're stopping Curb Your Enthusiasm. Now this is our last season, because that would be an episode. That
Absolutely.
would totally be an episode. I've wanted to marry him long before that.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Top 3 favorite Vincent Price movies.
Man, Vincent Price movies. You want to know what's so funny? Because I could go to like some of the Hammer horror films and some of the ones where he's like, just so good. But it's like the ones that stick out to me are the ones I grew up with him in, where he's like, like Great Mouse Detective, Edward Scissorhands, stuff like that. I'm trying to think of one where, because there is like a warmth to him, and I'm trying to think about what movie had like a real kind of strange warmth. Oh, the wax one. Oh, what the fuck's it called? Just Wax Museum, I think, or House of Wax. The movie's just okay, but I thought he had a very strange charm to him, just obsessing over those people. I don't even know if he stayed that long, but yeah, I remember him being pretty interesting in that.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Top 11 Doug. How are ya?
Good. You got 10 more questions? No, don't.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you watched any more of Rick and Morty Season 7? If so, what are your thoughts? I'm especially curious what you thought of the spaghetti episode.
I thought that was hilarious. Oh my god. That was... Talk about just taking an idea and running. I thought that was just going to be a throwaway joke at the beginning, but they make the whole episode. It's great. I got up to the letters and numbers once. I'm pretty close to the end. I like it. It's a little hit and miss, but the misses are still fine. You know what I mean? Like even a bad Rick and Morty movie episode is still pretty damn good. But yeah, I like what they've done kind of with the continuing story and the bad Morty and finding the nemesis and stuff. But I want to get to the end because it's interesting they kind of wrap that up halfway through this season. So I'm curious to see what they do at the very end.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you start Has Been Hotel yet?
I did.
Yay!
I have a huge disadvantage. I like it. It is good. I'm not gonna at all say it's bad. I have a huge disadvantage in that I've watched, I think, all of Hell of a Boss right now, and Has Been Hotel is a little streamlined by those standards, but even that streamline is still amazing. It's still phenomenal to look at and everything. But when you compare the styles, I do like the online one a little bit more. It takes a little bit more risk. It's a little bit more active. The animation's a little bit more flowing and jumps out at you. But again, because that style is just still so good and it's the same people in there, even that streamline is still very damn impressive and, better than a lot of what you see on TV. And TV's still pretty good right now. So, yeah, I'm liking it. I'm only about 3 episodes into. So I bet as it keeps going, it'll just get bigger and bigger.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the movie Saving Mr. Banks?
I did a Disney December on it, so you can check it out there. It's good. They have some cheats in there. I don't like particularly at the end, where they kind of muddy the message a little bit and what really happened and stuff, or the intent behind what happened, I guess I should say. But I still liked it. It's an interesting story to tell.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. It's official. Jim Carrey is back for Sonic 3, making this his first trilogy. Excited?
I guess it is. Well, technically, Batman Forever was technically a third film. He just wasn't in all 3 of them. But yeah, I am actually. I'm not gonna lie. It felt weird going into a Sonic 3 without Jim Carrey being in there because they didn't kill him off at the end of the second one. They're leaving it open. Oh, he might still be around. I'm like, yeah, he should still be around. At the very least, finish off 3 movies. So yeah, no, I'm happy about that.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, you've talked about Has Been Hotel, Hell of a Boss, and Lackadaisy, but one thing that blew all of them out of the water in terms of views is the amazing Digital Circus. What did you think of that?
Nah, I haven't seen it. I'm still catching up on all the other, webtoons and stuff like that. Now TV tunes on top of that. I haven't seen it. I tried the one before. Was it Murder Drones? I think.
Mm-hmm.
Which wasn't bad. I just wasn't getting into it. The Digital Circus looks more up my alley. So I do want to give it a shot. But yeah, I gotta get through Has Been Hotel first.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air?
Oh, I like it. And what I like about it is the exact same thing everybody likes about it. I like the zany humor of it. I like the charming characters. I like the charming actors. When it does go serious, it's funny because there's about 3 or 4 episodes that go really serious, and everyone's like, "Oh man, those 2 or 3." But nobody brings up the couple that don't work, which there are 1 or 2. There's one where Carlton's gonna get a gun to get revenge on somebody, and it's as ridiculous as it sounds, but they're playing it totally serious to a point where the laugh track is going at moments where it shouldn't get going.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's really awkward. But I give them credit that they kept the people laughing in there. They were still like, you know what, we tried this. This is the reaction. Okay, we won't mess with it. We'll let it play as is. But yeah, as everybody says, as pointed out, the moments that really work, surprisingly, when they do those dramatic moments, how come you don't want me, man, stuff like that. I mean, it's just that's one of the most chilling moments in TV ever. It's from the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, which is so strange. But yeah, on top of that, the comedy's fun. It's a good time.
Connor Davenport, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you know that before Timothée Chalamet was cast, Warner Brothers considered Tom Holland, Ryan Gosling, Donald Glover, and Ezra Miller for the role of Willy Wonka and Wonka?
I really thought I got my mindset in Dune. Okay. Let me go back and look at all that again. I still have to see the movie actually before I should comment on it. So no, that is very interesting.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, Heather, Chat, and anybody who may or may not appear. It's been so long since I came back to chat and just talk. What's up? I've been watching reruns recently, and I hope you don't mind reading and responding to opinionated questions.
How dare you? That's fine.
Oi Ram, thank you for the 100 bits. Really curious how you'll react to Final Fantasy VII, not just because of the gameplay, but also because of the character archetypes I wonder you'll like or find annoying. Also, there's a character in there that feels very similar to Mr. T.
Uh, that's a good thing, right? I hope that's a good thing. Um, yeah, I don't know. Like I said, there are people saying like, "Wait, you don't know?" I mean, they didn't give anything away, but they're like, "Does this character's name ring a bell? Does this ring a bell?" I'm like, I don't know what any of that is. So I am going into it pretty much completely blind. I'm really excited about that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Elaine moment from Seinfeld?
I think somebody asked this before, and I know what it is. It's there's a scene where she has like a germaphobe in her office, and I mean like a really legit, just over the top germaphobe, and Elaine gets really tired of it, so she like coughs on her mouse, and then she takes the keyboard and rubs it on her ass and stuff. Yeah, what do you think about that? Blah blah blah. And then later at a meeting, the boss says, somebody has a complaint against you, Elaine. And she says, oh, she's just upset because I coughed on her mouse and rubbed her keyboard on my butt. And everyone looks at her like she's crazy. She just goes, yeah, wacko. It was totally clueless, and it was so funny. Just the way she read that, like they're all thinking she's crazy and they're all looking at her, and very, very funny.
Yeah. Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen My Neighbors the Yamadas 1991? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, that's one of the few Ghibli movies I haven't seen, and the reason is, and it's not fair, I don't like the way they're drawn. I think they're really unappealing to look at. I don't like looking at them. Yeah, but I should give it a chance.
It's stylized, it's charming.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you're right. And I'm sure if I watch it, I'll love it and fall in love with the style too, and see what they're going for. But just every time I see that poster or that thumbnail, and I just look at them, I'm like, oh, I never click on it. So I should give it a shot, though.
Sergeant Dog Dirt, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you thought about doing an episode on Revenge of the Nerds movies? There's a lot to say on the dated moments, but I think there's a lot to say on the 80s nerds and modern nerds like us.
Maybe. It's a little bit more of a... did Brad do those movies? I can't remember. Yeah, like a cinema snob thing, but it might be fun to do for like a crossover or something. Yeah, it might be an idea.
Frameizer, thank you for the 100 bits. Name the one movie this year you know is gonna suck.
I mean, it's a little early, but Madam Web doesn't look all that great. Oh, and Craven looks terrible too. Yeah, just all of those look really bad. All the Spider-Man spin-offs, except for the Spider-Verse.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 100 bits. What J.K. Simmons character do you like more, Tenzin from Korra or Ford from Gravity Falls?
Timing!
I think I like Kenson more, but the more competent one, the more interesting one is probably is it Ford? Was that his name from Gravity Falls?
Yeah.
I think yeah, but I like Kenson more. He's a bit more vulnerable.
Wow, chat, I'm sorry. That timing alert just scared me half to death. I'm sure it scared you half to death as well.
Well, it is a ghost, so that makes sense.
It's true. I love it, though. Oyram, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, when you reviewed the second Sonic movie, you seemed to like Tails in there, but I swear I remember you saying in the past that you didn't like the character. What was it again you initially didn't like about him, and what changed?
I think it was more, for lack of a better way of putting it, because it was brought up earlier, the Elmo effect, just the young, cute little characters, got the cute little voice and stuff like that. You know what it is? I didn't think much of him in Sad AM, where all the other characters were really good. And looking back, he's fine. He's just generic little kid character kind of thing. I don't know. When I was a kid, I always hated when they didn't get the kids right in a show, because I'm like, but that's me. That's me on the TV. You think of yourself as the little kid, so that when they make them really dorky and annoying and they just have to be saved all the time, that's always where I'm like, oh, come on. But he's probably fine.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, if you're playing Final Fantasy VII this Friday, then what does that mean for LEGO Star Wars? Will you stop playing it, or will you put it off temporarily?
I mean, I got through the prequels. I think that's enough. I got a good vibe for it. I got what it's about.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Idea for live-action Disney remake Beauty and the Beast with Danny DeVito as the Beast in a really dark movie, so he'd be doing his Batman Returns penguin thing.
She doesn't eat with me. No, leave it alone. just leave it alone.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 100 bits. Moana 2 is pretty much the Moana show that was in the works. They decided it would better fit a movie. I'm personally more excited for Zootopia 2 coming November 26th, 2025.
Yeah, I feel like they can do. I mean, even outside of the commentary, just that world in general, you can do so much more with. But the world of Moana's neat. I don't know. You could expand more on the different like gods and demigods and stuff like that. I mean, there's probably some fun stuff you can do. I'm not like die hard against it.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you see Argyle or The Beekeeper yet? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, Argyle didn't look that great, and that's what everybody's saying. It's just not that hot. It didn't look like anything to me. Beekeeper kind of looked like fun. I hear that one's okay, but it's a stream movie, just stream it kind of thing. So I'll probably do that.
Demonaires, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, can we get a hint for next week's NC?
It is a martial arts movie.
A what movie?
A martial arts.
Martial arts. My brain heard Marshmallow X, and I was like, what the hell?
It's a Marshmallow X movie, man. I don't even need to explain. Y'all know what that is, so.
I thought maybe it was something that I just didn't know, because I often don't know the references.
Joke, I'm not sure of.
Is it another Simpsons reference? No, I'm just kidding. Oiram, thank you for the 100 bits. Sex, Marry, Kill. Gurgi, Scrappy Doo, Jar Jar Binks.
Kill them all. I can't choose. Just kill them all.
Connor Davenport, thank you for the 100 bits. One of my favorite Nostalgia Critic episodes growing up was the 2008 Halloween special with the Eldritch Abomination at Teddy Ruxpin. What were your favorite memories of filming that?
Trying to think. I think just that's the first time I did something really different in an NC episode. Just trying to get like different angles with something, make it kind of visually interesting. And you do learn things too. I don't know why, for some reason, I really thought it was cool to see the light in a certain scene because it created this neat, kind of glowing flare. And I'm just, it just looks neat, like just this bright light. But it's like, well, what the fuck's that light doing there in the scene? It doesn't make any sense, kind of thing. So when you're just starting out, sometimes the most obvious stuff isn't always the most obvious to you.
Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen The Red Turtle 2016? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, I heard it was good when it came out, and then I never heard about it again. So I guess that's a good reminder. I'll try to check it out.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 195 bits. Do you believe Zack Snyder's Man of Steel has a story? Because I couldn't find it.
There's definitely a story. It's just told out of order because that's what The Dark Knight was doing, and bad.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for either Rocky or Predator in honor of Carl Weathers.
If I was gonna do one, maybe Predator, because I can get some good jokes out of that. And I like Predator also, and Rocky, there's nothing I can add that everyone else hasn't already said about. I mean, it's perfect.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. So I checked out Marriage Story for the first time. I can't say I loved it, but ScarJo and Adam Driver's performances were amazing. What do you think of the film?
Yeah, it's that, and I think that's what it's supposed to be. It's supposed to just be like kind of like a character study of these two. The one problem I have, without going into spoilers, I mean, the big fight at the end, it just keeps building and building and building. And the last thing Adam Driver says to her before, like the big explosion, the big holy shit, I just didn't buy. And I don't think that's the acting. I think that's the writing. It's like I was following them through everything. And that's the one point where I'm like, nah, this feels like a movie moment. This feels like, well, this has to be the big moment where, it's the big climax of the scene and stuff. And it's like, that didn't feel real. And I think that was on a writer's level. Everything else about it was very, very good.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. During your NC review of Bobbleheads, that opening skit when you was sniffing shit, what was it that you were sniffing?
It was a mix of coffee and chili powder. And surprisingly, It did not taste good.
Really? That is not surprising.
Weird,
to me
right?
At all. Not at all. Dev the Wiser, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen The Brothers Bloom 2008? And if so, what are your thoughts?
Boy, that sounds familiar. Let's see. Brothers Bloom. No, I know what this is, but I have not seen it. I've heard it's good. I should check it out.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Get this. Apparently, Christopher Walken used to make donuts. He recently started asking the cast of Dune Part 2 out of nowhere what their favorite kinds were. Now, you'll never be able to eat one without thinking, this is not over, Duncan.
I call them Dune nuts.
There you go. Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, your videos with CinemaSins were so very entertaining. Would you consider doing a collaboration with Cinema Wins? I personally like his content more and think the two of you could work off each other very well.
Yeah, I've thought about it before. I haven't been reaching out too much for crossovers. I don't know. I always kind of say it feels like it's kind of been done, and I want to just do it for something where it's like I can't do it without this person. You know what I mean? But I don't know. Maybe they're nostalgic again. I'm not sure. We'll see.
Rob's Jen, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite Aardman Animations movie?
I should look at a list of them. I mean, like movies. So we're not talking about short. We're talking about like actual movie. I did really like that. Flushed Away was actually a lot funnier than I thought. It didn't look bad. Oh no, fuck! Arthur Christmas. Oh my god, hands down. That's right. That's an Aardman movie. Yeah. Oh, 100% Arthur Christmas.
Amazing, amazing. Sorry, that was my computer, not yours, chat. I was trying to fix an
Yeah.
audio thing because the alerts sounded really loud.
Mm.
I know, guys. Thank you for the 100 bits. See any new movies lately, like Migration or Rebel Moon? The latter one is the worst film I've seen last year. Also, did you check out Our Drawings, the YouTube film I told you about last stream?
No, I got it saved. I didn't get a chance to watch it yet. The Our Drawings. And did I see anything new? Nah, I think since the last video I did, like about catching up on movies and stuff, haven't really seen anything new. So yeah, I'm trying to catch up on shows now. Like I said, with Has Been Hotel and stuff.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Who would you say are the healthiest and most toxic Disney couple relationships?
Well, I see healthiest. I mean, to some extent, they're all going to be like a little unhealthy because a lot of them are very rushed and they're in that fairy tale world and everything. I mean, I guess I can say which ones have the most chemistry. You know, like Alan and Jasmine have great chemistry. Beauty and the Beast have great chemistry. Trying to go any of the later Disney films, like hey, they like their chemistry's okay. I'm trying to think of one where I was just like, that's like bad. Like that's a bad couple. I guess just in terms of blandness, I always think of Sleeping Beauty and the Prince. They're pretty boring. I'm sure there's like a couple that's like a bad couple, you know what I mean? Like even on the, even by the rules of the movie, but I'm blanking on. I'm just going by the ones that like had really good chemistry and the ones that didn't. And yeah, the Sleeping Beauty and the Prince didn't really have any to me.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for Miscongeniality. It's not my kind of movie. I just want an excuse to watch Tamara torture you again. Happy birthday, Tamara. Yes, it is Tamara's birthday
true.
today.
Yes. It's I've only seen bits and pieces of them. The bits and pieces I saw were not good, but then everybody tells me, no, it's actually a legit good movie. So one day, I don't know, I'll probably have my wife force me to watch it or something because I know she really likes it. I'll give it a chance someday. But all the scenes I saw weren't that great, but maybe I'm just seeing the bad scenes.
You might be. I love Miscongeniality. I don't know.
A lot of people do. No, I've heard that. I've even heard guys say like, look, it's fine. It's actually pretty funny.
Frameiser, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you consider your favorite King of the Hill episode?
Man, the one where, I guess it's a spoiler, but I don't know. The one where his father dies. It's pretty dark. The way they handled that was, I was very impressed by how. Yeah, I don't know. It was almost disturbing. It was actually a impressively surprisingly uncomfortable episode.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. What they asked was, what are your thoughts on Wanka? But I'm wondering if they meant Wonka? Unless there is a W-A-N-K-A Wanka that I don't know about. But I'm assuming they mean Wonka.
How do you spell it again? Let's see.
W-A-N-K-A. Oh, Ooh, Jeremiah is specifying Wonka. They did mean Wonka.
It is Wonka. Okay,
they
but now
did mean Wonka.
Oh, but Wonka I haven't seen, but Wanka's amazing, man. Holy shit.
Talking of Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Do you guys think if games, TV shows, and movies mirror the real world too much, it defeats the purpose of escapism?
No, it depends what you're trying to do.
Mhm.
I think it's the same thing with art. You want something to, in my opinion, it's all about trying to understand, the life you're going through, and cope with it and excel at it and understand losses and stuff. I mean, that's always my thing. Whether you do it through escapism or just taking it on directly, you want to comprehend these emotions and this experience that you're going through. So that's always how I take, whether it's realistic or fantastical or whatever. Um, if you do it well, then you should say something about. It should alter your mood in some way, whether it makes it happier or sadder or whatever.
Chat, your Winka comments are killing me. I love them. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning?
um, I don't think I saw that one, so I missed two, and they're like the two best ones apparently. Let me see. I forget which ones are which. Hold on. Mission Impossible Dead. Oh wait, maybe I did see that one. Is that the Henry Cavill one? Or is that the one that just came? Oh, that's the one that just came out. See, there's too damn many of them. No, I did. I did a review of it. I really liked it. I thought it was really, really good. Very entertaining.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the TV show Arthur?
Yeah.
And I say, hey.
You gotta laugh. I read the book.
I did
That's
too.
what it was. That's what it was when I was a kid. It was a book series, and it was a show way after I grew out of the books. So I completely missed it. I thought the Arthur fist was literally just a random scene where he made a fist. I didn't know he fucking hits his sister.
Sure does.
I didn't know that.
That
Now I wanna
bitch
see the
DW had
scene.
it coming. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Argyle?
I haven't seen it. I have no interest, and everyone says it's not worth checking out. So I don't think I'm gonna.
Demon King Sam, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you ever watched the anime series Madoka Magica? It's a magical girl anime, but it's also a dark, interesting, and very weird. I think you'll like it. It's on Crunchyroll if you want to see it.
I think that's when Rob was trying to get me.
Oh, I'm sure it is.
Into. Yeah,
I'm sure it is. It's a good show, Doug.
He told me a little bit about it. It does sound cool. It's he says like it starts out as one thing and it kind of slowly mutates into something else, and it's kind of what's cool about it. I don't know if I'm gonna have the time though, so we'll see. But it's probably not gonna happen. I'll try my best, but it's probably not gonna happen.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the 2022 horror movie Barbarian?
I didn't know where it was going at all, and that's what everybody says about it. It is another one of those where, in horror films, yeah, the tropes, you gotta stick to them and everything, but I am so sick of just not even the monster, just everybody can't die in these movies. Like if you're a main character or a secondary main character, you just can't fucking die. And that's really getting annoying to me. I mean, people are falling off roofs, they're getting stabbed like in the stomach and all that. They're getting hit by cars. And they just keep going because, the adrenaline and stuff. I'm like, I'm really, really sick of. But everything else about it I thought was pretty entertaining.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Guy Ritchie?
I like him okay. I like his earlier stuff like Lock, Stock, and Snatch and stuff like that. I kind of like those super complicated, goofy stories. But yeah, his stuff's not bad.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. If you could remove one character from the Disney animated Aladdin, who would it be, and why do I wish it was Robin Williams?
Robin Williams? No, you can't get rid of Robin. I mean, it'd be like, I don't know, it'd be like a Boo or something, like just some I don't care at all character. Yeah, no. I mean, the characters in that are probably one of its strongest points.
Yeah, I would say Abu or Raja. Because the
Yeah.
tiger, it's okay. We don't need the tiger. It's fine. Talking of Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Which are you more hyped for, Deadpool 3 or Across the Spider-Verse Part 2?
Oh, Spider-Verse. Deadpool, I'm sure it's going to be funny and fun and everything. But yeah, Spider-Verse, like I said, I mean, for no particular reason, I just watched it again. And I mean, that's literally a movie I can just watch and just keep pausing it randomly just to keep looking at things I missed. And it all ties into either the amazing humor or some form of storytelling or character insight. I mean, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely phenomenal. I can't wait to see what they do with the next one.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you think of King Candy from Wreck It Ralph? He's my favorite of the characters Alan Tudyk has done for Disney.
Oh, that is Alan Tudyk. I forgot about that. I like him okay. He could have been a little funnier. That is maybe my one thing with the movie. Even though it is funny, it's such a good idea and the setups are so good. I'm like, you can turn up the comedy a little bit more. But yeah, he's good. He served the purpose very well.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Could you guys do the Where is Padme scene from Revenge of the Sith as Chester and Doe? I genuinely don't remember scenes
Okay,
like word
thank
for
God.
word.
I can't remember that either. I'm trying to remember, like, even what is the Where's Padme scene?
I don't know what it is. I'm sorry.
Yeah, like there's so many funny things from those prequel movies. Like that one, I don't even remember. So sorry, young man, but yeah, not gonna happen.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, would you consider reviewing Lost for Disney December? But before then, I highly recommend watching a big and epic 8-part review on YouTube by Velotis. He covered the show plus articles, creator podcasts so in depth like a detective to prove his points. It's a gem of a review.
8 parts though. Oof. It is one of those where I feel like, I bet if you really, really do all the research and look into it, like somehow this all adds up in some way that works. But yeah, just as the average schmuck who did watch that show from the beginning and was excited to see where it was all gonna go, yeah, it definitely, even before the ending, it was still losing me quite a bit, I feel like. So maybe at some point I'd have to like open it up to ABC shows, which isn't, it's a possibility.
Chat, thank you for the specification. They're saying it's when Vader does the no. So when he's
that's
like,
right.
where's Padme? In your anger, you killed her. No.
Oh, it just what would it be?
Where is Padme? Is she all right? Is she good?
Oh, it seems in your anger, you killed her.
What? No, she was alive when I left her. No.
Beautiful. Loved that. Thank you, Doug. Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. Your most favorite Bond film and least favorite?
Man. It's rough because for the longest time, I always saw the Timothy Dalton ones as kind of like the odd ones out, like, yeah, they're kind of different from everything else. But going back to them years later, I really, really like them. So maybe like a toss up between, because what are those, like 2 of those? Yeah, I think License to Kill, is that the one? The one where he really wants revenge, that Dalton wants revenge. I really like that one. And then I really like GoldenEye a great deal. I thought that was a really good reboot in terms of like sort of the Bond style and everything. What one do I really not like? Trying to think what one was just. Oh, there was like a made for TV one that Sean Connery did. That I think he only lived twice. That wasn't that great. I remember that one being kind of lame, but I haven't seen it in years.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Dark Tunes idea, the Toothpick Head episode of Cat Dog.
I've never seen Cat Dog. It was just a little after my time. I didn't have cable when it came on, so I was missing Nickelodeon anyway. So yeah, sorry.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Favorite biopic?
I don't know if this counts, but I really like the miniseries John Adams with Paul Giamatti and not Laura Dern, Laura Linney. It was very, very, very good.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for The Beach. It's a Leonardo DiCaprio movie, definitely worth ripping apart.
Maybe. I don't know how many people remember that one. I never saw it. I heard just what you said, like it was kind of lame and everything. But yeah, I don't know. I'll tell you what. I'll try to check it out on its own. If it's just so crazy and so bad, and I'm laughing so hard, like I gotta talk about it, maybe I will. But I'm not leaning that heavy towards it.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. How do you watch a series of movies like Star Wars or the MCU phases 1 through 4 without getting binge fatigue? If I wait too long, I'll lose interest.
I mean, movies that long. I mean, yeah, I get, unless your Tamara and the movies are Air Bud, In which case you can never get tired of that,
Mhm.
apparently.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know. Sometimes it is interesting watching them back to back because you do see the changes. You see the clever things that do keep going, then the things that fall by the wayside that maybe shouldn't, or other things they saw wasn't working and they would change later. I mean, so sometimes when we watch them as a whole, that can be a little interesting and maybe that can get you through it. But yeah, at the same time, man, especially like the MCU, that's a lot of movies.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm sorry I don't know the reference, but we'll try this. Call back to classic NC. Did you ever find out how to pronounce the name of rapper slash actor Tone Loc?
It's actually Tone Loc.
Loke. There we go.
And I think by that explanation, that means I did.
Stephen Ayers, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you hear that in 2026, Disney will be releasing Frozen 3 and Toy Story 5? What are your thoughts?
I'll say this at least about Frozen 3. I didn't think Frozen 2 was very good, so I don't mind trying to end that on a better note. But I hear they're doing Frozen 4 as well. Yeah, I guess you can already see the title Forsen. I guess they'll try to do something like that. But yeah, Toy Story obviously should have stopped at 3. I didn't think much of 4. I doubt 5 is going to change much. So I'm not particularly excited about either, but the one I'm less disappointed by is Frozen 3, I guess.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. You forgot one major villain in your top 11 video today. One of the funniest Disney villains is Bob Iger.
Well done.
A. Incarnati, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the anime films Perfect Blue and Ghost in the Shell?
Perfect Blue is wonderful. That's a very well done, masterfully crafted movie. Ghost in the Shell, I saw in high school. I couldn't follow it, and I think I need to see it again because everyone says it's a masterpiece.
It's great.
I believe them. Just for whatever reason, when I was a teen, I had a really hard time following what was going on. So I think I need to sit down and watch it again.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, if you won't do Month of the Apes, the only other theme months I could recommend are Avengers Month and Monster Month since Godzilla X Kong is coming March 29th.
Yeah, but that is part of it is that I do want to review them as they're out. If I'm going to do them all, I might as well review them when they're all done. I do have a theme month planned. And it's one I've wanted to do actually for a little bit of time. So it'll be nice to finally get around to that.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, can we get a clue to next week's NC review, please?
It is a martial arts movie.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. I do apologize if my questions come out so fast. Most of these are scripted weeks ahead, even if they're repeats of other people's questions. You're good.
Okay.
Thank you. At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. A24 or Neon, and why?
I know what Neon is. Let me remind myself what movies they make. I know like the kind of movies, but in terms of like what's a list of their movies? Yeah, they do make some pretty out there stuff. I guess I gotta go with A24 just because I remember them more. But yeah, Neon does some good stuff.
A. Incarnati, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I know your favorite Nolan films are Dark Knight and Oppenheimer. What other films of his do you enjoy?
I love the idea of Memento. Insomnia is actually, I think, very underrated. That's a very good film. I'm trying to think what else. I feel like there's like one other obvious. Prestige is okay. I never quite got into it as much as everyone else did, but it's good. Same thing with Inception. Inception just as a visual spectacle is so fucking cool. Yeah, I think those are the biggies. I'm sure I'm missing a big one, but those are the ones I can think of right now.
Shouting Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, have you ever thought about doing a Disney-cember review of Gallivant? I know you said you really liked it, but I'd love to hear your entire opinion on it.
I mean, it's rough because, you know, they canceled it after season 2, and that's just going to make me depressed. Yeah, I mean, exactly for the reasons you think. I like it. I think the songs were great. I think it was very funny, had a great sense of humor, good pacing. I don't know. I don't know if I can do a ton more after that. I mean, it's just very straightforward. So probably not, but I don't know. We'll see.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Heather and Doug, who is a band, past or present, you haven't seen in concert but would like to?
Haven't seen in concert. Rammstein would be kind of cool. I
Ooh,
think they'd be
fun.
pretty cool to check out live.
Rob's Jen, thank you for the 100 bits. As a Brit, I'm always intrigued by which of our comedians managed to make it across the pond. Are there any that you're surprised have had success? I'm still amazed that Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant have been highly successful, like them both, but just didn't think the British office would travel well.
Uh, for different reasons, Hugh Laurie, because I grew up with him on the British shows and everything. I loved him, and then his big breakout role is House, where I just for the life of me cannot take that accent seriously. But most people didn't know he had a British accent, so they're just listening to him like that's just naturally how he talks. So I mean he's a great actor, but yeah, that it is so funny. His most popular role is the one I can't take seriously whatsoever.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen Echo? And if so, what are your thoughts?
No, not yet. Again, it's probably gonna be. Have you seen Heather?
No.
I've heard.
I've watched episode 1 and I enjoyed it, but I haven't seen all of it.
I've heard mixed things. I definitely haven't heard anyone like hate it or anything. But I don't know. Even just it is one of those things where it's like because the character's deaf, right? That's like
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Mhm.
Like I know it sounds weird, but that's kind of interesting enough. I want to see how they do a show around that, with Marvel. The same thing with Daredevil, the character's blind. I want to see how they do that, kind of thing. So I do want to check it out. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, though.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 100 bits. What did you think of Joan Cusack as the villain in Klaus?
Oh, is she ever bad? I mean, she's always great. And it's a very one-note villain, but I mean, like, again, that's what she does. She takes a role that could be very thankless and turn into something, really entertaining. So, I thought she did good.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Nostalgiaween and or Freak Show Cinema for the 1982 cult classic Basket Case.
Did I see? Yes, I did. Maybe. That's another one where I don't know how many people would click on it. I like to do half and half. I like to do something I really want to talk about and something that people really want to see. And I don't think there'd be a ton of people out there that want to see Basket Case. And I liked it, but I don't like it enough that I feel like I could talk in great detail about it. So probably not. But it's good.
Stiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. What is the feeling you get watching a movie at home on a tablet versus watching a movie in theaters?
Oh, I mean, it's just totally different. And I'll say, watching on a tablet and watching it on your, big TV is very different. I mean, right now I have to figure something out because right now I'm just watching Has Been a Hotel. I mean, on my little phone when I box.
Oh, really?
And that's not fair to the show. I mean, like that's a lot of great animation in there and good music, and so I should be watching on a bigger screen with better sound. But no, I mean, almost every single time seeing a movie on the big screen in the theater is going to be better. It's just going to get you more into it. It's going to submerge you more into it. But yeah, but at the same time, am I going to act like there's movies where I'm like, yeah, I'll just see it when it comes to streaming and stuff? Absolutely, because time is precious.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. Quick question. How do you guys get sponsors for your videos? I want to get sponsors for my sports games once I fix my studio's account.
We got ways. We got ways. No, we got like avenues that we go through and stuff, and we try to weed out the ones that we think, would be good and not be so good, and ones that are like, really sketchy or scammy and stuff like that. Or just some that even like, other people have done, but like just we don't want to do, which isn't many. We're usually okay. But yeah, there's only one or two that we're just like, yeah, we just know this isn't a good product. We shouldn't do this.
As a smaller creator, because I'm working on stuff like that for my own Twitch channel and like my personal stuff.
Enter a Hot Pockets contest.
I mean, yes. Enter contests and opportunities. But two big things. Make sure you have a business email in your bio somewhere because people may want to work with you but don't know how to contact you. So make sure you have a business email in your bio and make sure it is different than your actual personal email address. Create a business email address. And two, make a pitch deck. Show people your statistics, tell them why they should work with you, and just shoot your shots. What do you got to lose? Nothing.
Well done.
Alex Loves Musicals, thank you for the 100 bits. I think it's funny that Wicked Part 1 and Moana 2 are coming out are going to come out on the same day. Since we got a teaser for Moana 2, I hope we get one for Wicked soon.
Well, yeah, it's supposed to be Super Bowl's supposed to have a ton of trailers. I think
Golly, and that's
supposed
Sunday.
to be Wicked's supposed to have one as well. So no, there's they're on their way. That is weird that they're coming out on the same day.
Day.
I don't know. I think one's gonna move. That's just my guess.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Nacho fries or pizza fries, and why?
I don't know if I've had pizza fries.
I don't think I have either.
It sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
How have I not had this or even heard of it? I gotta find some place to do this.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on the show Everybody Hates Chris?
Oh, I love it. Oh my god. I haven't finished the whole show and I should. We really got, they used to be our morning show. My wife and I would sit down, have coffee, and just watch that in the morning. Absolutely loved it. Somewhere, I don't know, we went on vacation or we lost track or something. We stopped watching it. And like I said, I'm trying to catch up on shows now. But I wouldn't mind finishing that because I was really enjoying that.
Sean49 Doctor, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey Doug, idea for Dark Tunes, The Devil and Daniel Mouse, a Canadian tune about a struggling folk duo and the deal with the devil the girlfriend makes to be rich and famous. The animation really freaked me out when I was a kid.
I mean, I love the title. Oh, look at this. Oh, somebody gave, at the last con I was at, somebody gave me an autograph. It was an animation cell of the devil in it. And I went, what the hell is it? I just held on to it because it looked so weird. And I'm like, okay, it's from this. This does look like a lot of fun, actually. Yeah, I'll look into this. This looks pretty enjoyable.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. You guys should read the Dynamite Comics Disney villain comics. They did one for Scar, then Maleficent, and I think they just wrapped up Hades.
Okay.
That's fun.
I know they did like a book. I remember seeing the book series for like young adults. It was like about their past or something like that. I didn't know they did a comic on it. Or maybe I'm thinking two different things. But either way, I will try to check it out.
Alex loves musicals. Thank you for the 100 bits. Heather, did you hear the good news? Percy Jackson was renewed for season 2. I really enjoyed the first season. I gotta get on it. But, sometimes you get ideas in your head and then you gotta follow them. I just really want to finish rereading the first book before I watch the first season. I am on page 240 out of nearly 400. I'm gonna get there and then I'll watch season 1, but that's great that it got renewed for season 2.
That's so funny. I thought you were gonna say I am on page 2. I am on my way.
I'm on page 240, okay? Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. What is the most underrated movie that you have ever reviewed?
Underrated movie. I don't know if this counts because it technically isn't good, but I think it's shit on way too much, and that's the Ralph Bakshi Lord of the Rings. I think there's a lot more in that movie than people are giving credit for. People still shit on it. And a part of me gets it if you grew up with the Peter Jackson one, and then suddenly you watch this anime one, you'd be like, what the hell is this? But I don't know. There's more than I think people give credit for.
On a Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. What would be the best Tarantino movie to watch on an all Muppets version of? I'm going with Reservoir Dogs.
It's the one that's how would they do Django Unchained? No, but the one I actually think would weirdly match best maybe is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, because I think just the interactions off the characters there, I feel are very Muppet-ish, just sort of the very solid personalities that they have and the way they contrast each other reminds me a lot of the similar relationships in the Muppets.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, I don't know about everyone else, but when I say Tenet is Nolan at his Nolianist, I don't mean his bad perks. I love Nolan most when he goes weird, original, and thought-provoking. Not at all to pressure you into seeing it. It's completely up to you.
I should at some point. Most people say it's him at his Nolanist for the reason I was saying before, it's kind of his bad tropes too. But you're right, it does look weird, and I do like when he goes weird and out there and stuff like that. In a weird way, I think he can do it more. So I should check it out at some point.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. What are your thoughts on Better Call Saul?
Oh, love it. I liked it more than Breaking Bad. I'm not saying it's technically a better show. I just Breaking Bad is very, very well done. I didn't get into it until Gus and Saul and Michael got into it. Because I know you're not supposed to, but I didn't like Walter White. I didn't like any of the characters. I know that's the idea, but I like not liking these characters more. You know, Gus and Saul and Michael and all them. So having a show around them just made a lot more sense to me. I want a show based around Kim. I think she should have the next spin-off show. I think that'd be amazing.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for The One. It's a dumb action movie from the early 2000s starring Jet Li in multiple roles. It also features Jason Statham's hilarious attempt at an American accent.
Oh, I do remember that being advertised. It looked bad. I'll try to check it out.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Which Justice League member do you think would make a great villain for?
For
That's the end of the question.
okay, I mean, just in general, I guess. Justice League. I mean, they've done Superman so much as a bad guy. Batman, I think, would kind of be interesting as a bad guy.
I think the Flash would be really interesting as a bad guy. You could do a lot with like even time, like some breaking the time barrier and like I don't know. I feel like you could mess with people.
Yeah. No, I mean that's the nice thing. Any of them would be a good villain. And a lot of them have. I mean, they've done those stories so many times. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, any of them would work.
Oh, Talkative Carl. Sorry. Yeah, I misread the question. What question? Which Justice League member do you think you would make a great villain for?
Oh,
you are the villain, Doug. I'm sorry. I misread that.
Gotcha. Oh, I don't know. Maybe Zatanna, because I would just keep pointing out how the tricks are done. He's like, "Shut up! You're not supposed to do that."
Tip Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. What's the biggest difficulty you face when publishing reviews?
There is always a little bit. Okay, for me, there's a big fear I miss something. And if it's a movie where, if it's a very, very confusing film, there is always a part of me that's like, okay, hopefully, I'm not so much of a dumbass that everyone else is going to catch on to this, and I'm not. And it's like, it's definitely happened, before, and people call you out on it, and they should. But it doesn't happen too often, but that is the one. Or I'm just so going to miss. I guess I don't really mind if I have a different take than everyone else does. I'm really okay with that. It's if I give a bad review to something and I miss something very, very obvious, like something that happened in a story that explained a big problem I had. I mean, one that at some point I'll go back, like I said, we'll do an NC review of it, and I think I'll even change my Rotten Tomato score of it, is Barbie.
Okay.
Because I kept saying, no, because they literally are like dolls. I mean, it's like the director playing with these dolls, and these should be characters, these should be, but it's Barbie. That's kind of the idea.
Right.
Like it is people kind of playing with them as dolls, and that's like, I still have issues with it, but it's like, it does work. For what it's trying to do, it does work.
Demon King Sam, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you watched Madoka Magica?
No, I've heard of it. I know the very, very loose story of it. It does sound like something I would like. I don't know when I'm going to get around to it, though.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. No NC for Birdemic?
That's one of those. It's kind of like Troll 2. Just everything it can be said about has been said about. I don't think I can add anything new to it, so probably not.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Who are your top 3 most annoying Disney characters?
Man, they're all in the Black Cauldron. No, well, I don't know. The main character in that is pretty annoying. Gurgi's pretty annoying. I'm trying to think of another one. Like an annoying, like it's gotta be like some sort of comic relief or something like that. I guess Rosie O'Donnell's kind of annoying. Tarzan. I don't know if that's like the most annoying, but those are the ones that are sticking out to me. Oh, like half the cast of Home on the Range.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Last 100 bits. Between superheroes and villains, which characters would make the best heroes turned villains and villains turned heroes?
I'd love to see what the Joker could do if he was a good guy. I think that'd be interesting. Now, did they say Marvel or DC or anything, or just any?
It just said between superheroes and villains.
Um, again, we've gone back to this character a couple times. Trilla, I think, would be interesting to see if she turned good. And this is a real life one, but I love this question. What if, I mean, you could always read into it and stuff like that, but what if Walt Disney was evil? He didn't make, family movies. He became like a dictator. Because I don't know, Epcot was kind of going that route a little bit. So I know that's a real person, but I want to see that parallel dimension. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug and Heather. Have you seen the movie Goodbye, Christopher Robin? I found it really interesting.
No, somebody told me about that before, and I didn't get around to it. Let me make sure it's the one I'm thinking of. Yeah, this does sound pretty interesting. No, I'll try to check it out.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. Speaking of semi-pro, there's a scene in the movie where Woody Harrelson is traded for a washing machine that reminds me of a time where Kyle Covert was traded to the Hawks for a fax machine. What scene in a movie that reminded you of something that happened in real life?
I mean, sometimes they do that, obviously, intentionally, but in the movie version of The Flash, it's so unfortunate when Ezra Miller is saying, you might want to seek psychological counsel. The Justice League hasn't gotten around to that yet. Trust me. I'm just like, no.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. Speaking of Winnie the Pooh, have you seen the trailer for Blood and Honey 2?
No, everyone just said the first one was lame. And again, Brad Jones reviewed a lot of those movies from that company. And these are just kind of the movies they make. So none of that interests me, honestly.
Keely McGee, thank you for the 100 bits. If you ever want to see a take on Aladdin being a jerky jock like what you mentioned in your Aladdin review, I highly recommend the parody musical Twisted, the Untold Story of the Royal Vizier. It's both a hilarious and surprisingly heartfelt story with Jafar as the misunderstood hero and Aladdin as a scumbag villain. Please check it out if you can. It's one of my favorites.
I've seen a good chunk of it. I haven't seen the whole thing. I should finish the whole thing because I was really, really enjoying it a great deal. Yeah, I do need to watch all of that.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. What did you think of the song Whatever It Takes from episode 3 of Has-Been Hotel? It's so underrated in my opinion. Believe me, most of the Has-Been community thinks that song is bottom tier.
I thought it was fine. I love the idea. I think that was the last one I saw. Or was it one before? I can't remember. The radio guy versus the TV guy. That is so clever. And so old school as well. So yeah, no, if that's the one I'm thinking of, I remember being okay. I haven't heard like a bad song yet.
Right. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen The Terminal? What were your thoughts?
No, even though Zeta Jones is in it, it just didn't look that interesting to me, and everyone kind of said the same thing, like, yeah, it's fine, anything with Tom Hanks with an accent, I'm pretty quick to say no to. I don't like his accents.
Talkative Carl, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, what do you think of Adam, aka Dickmaster from Has-Been Hotel? He's easily my favorite character from the show. Love his dude bro attitude.
I agree, and the fact that is, I love that he calls himself Dickmaster. That is so funny. And yeah, I love. I'm a big sucker for Adam and Eve jokes. I think just the first man, the first woman, there's just so many funny jokes you can do with that. So the fact that they do this story where he's kind of like a jock and a dude bro and stuff like that, I'm like, it just makes too much sense because he's the first one, you know what I mean? Like he's the original, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think he's pretty funny.
Rob's Jen, thank you for the 100 bits. I've devised a drinking game to play on the stream. You take a shot every time Doug says he hasn't seen something, every time Chaplin appears, every time Heather announces a hype train, and every time Doug has to Google something that's been suggested to him. You have to finish your drink when Doug writes down a suggestion from the chat, which I see as the biggest achievement on the stream. I may be hammered by the end of the stream. We cannot say, please play a drinking game. Please don't engage in that kind of debauchery here on this Christian Minecraft server.
Also, we just, want you to survive this stream. So yeah, I mean, just doing one of those will probably kill you.
Disney Knowledge, thank you so much for the 500 bits. Really appreciate that.
you.
While it was a great video today, I was disappointed that you continued the false belief of the villain song of Beauty and the Beast being Gaston rather than the mob song. The reason why that doesn't work as mob song is when Gaston's true colors show, while the former is just singing about how great he is.
You can have two. I like movies that have two villain songs. They always just get one. It's like, give them a couple, man, and make the whole film nothing but villain songs. It's called Gaston. He's the villain, and that's his name. That's a villain song, but you can have two.
Spooky Elephant, thank you for the 100 bits. Idea for an editorial video, making something serious from a silly concept. Like how a movie with a flying house and talking dog made millions cry, or how the Lego movie was an actual movie.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting that. Yeah, well, I feel like when I talk about that, or even Across the Spider-Verse, I mean, when people saw, Into the Spider-Verse, when people saw the trailers for it, like, oh, there's a spider pig? What? Oh my God, this is gonna be awful and stuff. And I was thinking in the back of my head, this could work. If they were smart, they could make this work. And I was so glad that they did. So, yeah, when ideas go weird, I get more excited for them, honestly. Because even if they fail, they're going to spectacularly fail. They're going to fail in a creative new way. And that's a way that's worth talking about. And maybe that's something. Something can be good, but not worth talking about. I like when something takes a risk, and whether it pays off or it's not, it's worth discussing.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on the TV show Chalk Zone?
I don't think I know that one. Chalk Zone. No, I do not. Oh, 2002. I wouldn't have seen this. Looks neat though.
On a Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. Another vote for Revenge of the Nerds.
I'll see what I can do.
Wiccan, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey guys, hope you are vibing this wonderful Wednesday night. I rewatched Moulin Rouge last night, and it remains one of my favorite movies of all time. Correctly so, thank you. Third favorite of all time, to be more exact. I'm still sad you don't like it, Doug, but I respect your opinion. Oh, that's nice. I don't respect his opinion. No, just kidding.
You know, again, man, watching Across the Spider-Verse, I know that's always going to be my go-to movie now, but and just using a very similar visual style, but everything is actually like really explaining something interesting about the characters or the story, you're taking a new direction, and everything just, it makes me hate stuff like that even more. But the style is wonderful. That guy's style is always fantastic in every movie, and that does count for something.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on The Usual Suspects?
I like it. I don't think I got into as much as everyone else does, but I do like, it's fun to quote. It's fun to reference, you know, certainly. It's not a movie where I would have figured it out. I knew what it wasn't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where they were saying they were trying to lead you in one direction. I'm like, no, it's not. That's not what's going on. And when it did get to the end, I'm one of those people too, where sometimes I don't figure something out because I don't know I'm supposed to, and that's part of the fun. But that one, I guess people were constantly trying to put together who this person was, and I was like, oh, is that what we're supposed to be doing? So I didn't pay too much attention in that respect. But no, I liked it. It's a good film.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. I recently watched Rocky for the first time. I found the movie to be good. It did feel a bit slow-paced. I'm looking forward to the sequels.
Oh, don't worry, the sequels fix that. Yeah, it's I like the slow pace. It feels a lot more human that way, and it feels more unassuming that way too, where you can really be with this character, and these characters for that matter. Yeah, it's a film that gets better and better the more I watch it. The second one, some argue, is even better than the first, so I'd be curious to see what you think of that.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 100 bits. One of my favorite scenes in Arthur Christmas is when they are on the beach and Grand Santa talks about how when you get older, everything changes. What do you think of that scene?
I like it. It is one of those scenes. I like that moment. There's one or two moments where I do always kind of go, oh, this scene. Yeah, I kind of blank out a little bit because everything else, you know, has so much going on. And that's the best of those scenes where I blank out, if that makes sense. It's a good moment.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. Another Jurassic Park next year. Damn it.
I mean, just make them good. I mean, just really do something with the dinosaur, or have the dinosaurs actually do something, you know, outside of a goddamn island.
Tyrannodokuro, thank you for the 100 bits. Kind of a missed opportunity on the part of Aladdin's writers. When Jafar turns into a giant snake, he should have said, "You're his mystery.
Yeah, okay. A little weird they didn't go with that.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. You should do an NC for the Nick Cage movie Drive Angry. You could use Devil Boner and Malcolm Satan character, maybe even Evelina with Rachel come back.
We'll see. I don't know if I've seen that one, actually. So that's one I should probably sit down and watch all of.
Noah Zinner, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, the showrunner for the live-action Avatar show on Netflix, Albert Kim, made a video with IGN breaking down the second trailer scene by scene. I highly recommend checking it out to get into his mindset for the series and his ideas on being faithful while taking some liberties gives me much hope.
I'll just wait for the show. Honestly, I'm not saying people can't watch those and get excited. I mean, please do. But I'm one of those. I like seeing a trailer, get some idea about it, and then go in mostly blind. I mean, I know the story too, so I want to see those surprises as they come, kind of in real time. So yeah, but I mean, check it out, obviously. But yeah, I want to be surprised by it.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you check out Orion and the Dark? It's a new DreamWorks film that dropped on Netflix. It's not bad, but they took such a hard left turn by introducing a specific element in the third act that added nothing to the story and was never established.
Okay. No, I haven't seen. Yeah, I want to. I'm a huge Charlie Kaufman fan. That definitely looks like something different for him. So I have it saved on my queue, but I haven't had a chance to watch it yet.
Wiccan, thank you for the 100 bits. Are there any villains that have come out since making it that you'd add to the scariest villains list you made?
Man. I don't know. I'm sure there are, but I'm blanking on them. I don't know. It's a pretty good list, but there has to be something. I know there's got to be some other bad guy in there somewhere.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug's new production company, Marshmallow X. Our movies will stick to you.
It used to be Marshmallow Twitter, but we changed it to Marshmallow.
Beautiful. Samuel Doherty, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey guys, first time sending bits. My question is, who was on the Channel Awesome YouTube account today replying to my comments, or to comments under the Man of Steel review? Whoever did it was awesome. Side note, I love that review because of its tone and pacing.
Oh, thank you so much. There's one or two people it could be, and they're both very good at what they do.
Yes. FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Sex, Marry, Kill. Michael Bay, Uwe Boll, Tommy Wiseau.
Kill Uwe Boll because he's way too boring. Probably fuck Tommy Wiseau because he'd be into something weird. And marry Michael Bay because he's made one or two good movies, and honestly, he's an interesting guy to talk to.
Fireblast Studios, thank you for the 100 bits. As basically the Emperor's New Groove guy, I have a podcast and everything. I had to check out the top 11 funniest villains list. Solid choices.
Thanks. Yeah, I tried to put on there too. I was like, because I haven't seen Emperor's New Groove since not even since it came out, since I watched it for Disney December. I remember being very mad, except for the villains who were great. And that's another one that's really gotten this huge reputation and following and stuff like that. So I don't know. Maybe I should watch it again. I'm just not a big David Spade guy, but there might be something there.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 145 bits. I'm going to become a Channel Awesome member after this stream. Yay, thank you.
Thank you.
Strider for Life, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Heather. Did you check out the Final Fantasy VII Rebirth demo? Your favorite guy is in it. I know. I'm holding off on the demo for now. Tomorrow on my personal stream, I'm starting the DLC of 7 Remake, so I'm going to kind of revisit the remake before I jump into Rebirth. So I figure I'll play Intermission, I think is the DLC, Yuffie's story. I'll play that for 2 streams and then probably hop into the demo before going into the full game. So I'll get there. Disney Knowledge, thank you for the 666 bits. Appreciate it. You and so many other people talk about how awful Scrappy-Doo is, including earlier in the stream, but I suggest watching Billiam's video where Scrappy-Doo got better. When people talk about how bad he is, it's usually his early stuff. If you look at him after Daphne was added to the group, you see how they improved his character.
All right. Might check that out.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. Put some Christopher Walken donuts on your hair. Your tongue will slap your brains out trying to get to it.
Interested? Sure.
DJ Lol 5, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi, Doug, in Cousin Kyle's voice from South Park. I'm sorry, I don't know the reference. I'm back. I just got the 4K Blu-ray of The Prince of Egypt, and I have to say I can see why you love that movie and why it's an underrated masterpiece.
Oh yeah, that was another one where I loved seeing that on the big screen so much. I would actually, if I was seeing a movie with someone else, and I already saw the movie or I wasn't liking it, I would sneak in The Prince of Egypt, just because you could go to any point in that movie, and it looks phenomenal on the big screen. So yeah, no, it's quite an accomplishment. It is very underrated.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. 2 more months until the Fallout series debut, yet people are bitching about having gay characters despite Timothy Kane, one of the creators of Fallout, coming out as gay last year.
Isn't that just the thing now? I mean, it's like whatever, change your race, make a character gay, or even if they're not gay, or change the gender. I don't know. That's the same as just hearing somebody else got cancer, or somebody said this, and they're trying to. It's just okay. You guys do your thing. We're gonna judge it by what it is. I know that's weird, right? But we're gonna wait and see it to see what they actually do in the story.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. What's your favorite trauma movie in terms of how funny or offensive it is?
Uh, do I go with the cliche of, Toxic Avenger? I'll say I always forget if it's Toxic Avenger or Toxic Crusader because I was introduced to the kids show when I was younger because there was a kids show. It was called something a little different, and I even had the toys and everything else. But was Thanksgiving there? Or no, Poultry Guys. Was that theirs? I can't remember which one. The Thanksgiving one I remember being pretty damn funny. I think it's Poultry Guys, but I could be wrong.
You're going to tell me with that one, chat, because I don't know. Disney Knowledge, thank you for the 100 bits. I recently watched the Gilliam film Brothers Grimm, and it didn't hold up for me, meaning the only film I like he directed is Holy Grail. The only film I like by Robert Altman is Popeye, and the only one by David Lynch is The Straight Story.
You gotta see my all-time favorite movie, Brazil. That was the Terry Gilliam movie. It's phenomenal, man. You gotta watch it.
Tiff Guy, thank you for the 100 bits. Here's a question I just thought of, completely unscripted. Favorite Rob Minkoff movie? He's the dude who made The Lion King, Stuart Little, and Eddie Murphy's Haunted Mansion movie.
I think it's gotta be Lion King. Every time I see that name, I do kind of go back to the Lion King guy. Okay, it's an easy name to remember. I will say this: Stuart Little wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. I thought it'd be a lot worse. But that still wasn't that great. Probably Lion King.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. Just playing Kingdom Hearts on the Xbox, and I really love experiencing my favorite game franchise all over again, and how unique and cool it was to see the Final Fantasy characters meet Disney.
Yeah, no, it'd be neat to just see Final Fantasy characters now and figure out who the hell these people are.
Demonairs, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, what are your thoughts on the Seth MacFarlane movie Ted and the sequel, not the TV show?
I haven't seen the sequel. I like the first one. I thought that's another one people are like, oh, they're just taking one idea and they're just gonna hammer it into the ground. I'm like, no, there's a good idea. I know that. I knew that could be a good movie. An interesting show is kind of cool that they're making out of it because everyone's saying it's really good. But I haven't seen the sequel. I heard it's all right.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. How would you rank these 5 Jim Carrey performances? Ace Ventura, Dumb and Dumber, Cable Guy, Series of Unfortunate Events, and Sonic 2.
What was the second one? I'm sorry.
Dumb and Dumber?
Okay. Probably Dumb and Dumber best. Yeah, I say Sonic 2. I really liked him in that. Series of Unfortunate Events. What was the other one?
Ace Ventura and Cable Guy.
Okay. I'll still put Cable Guy on the Cable Guy and then Ace Ventura.
Okay, great. Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. The Suicide Squad game is so bad it made me want to apologize to David Ayer, and I don't hate the movie. The only good part of the game is Amanda Waller and Wonder Woman.
Yeah, I've heard mixed things about it. I haven't looked that much into it, but I've definitely heard some mixed stuff.
Chat, not only do we have a second hype train, it's a golden Kappa hype train. And if you don't know what these are, these randomly happen on channels across Twitch. Basically, anyone who participates in the hype train now gets a golden Kappa emote to kind of show off for the next 24 hours. In case you don't know what the Kappa emote is, let me put the Kappas in the chat so you know what they are. It's that emote, but it's golden. It's a very special and rare thing. Golden
well done.
Kappa hype train. Let's heckin' go.
Thank you.
DJ Lol5, thank you for the 100 bits. Following up from my last post, if Disney and Square Enix got together, made an anime/Western animated Kingdom Hearts show for Disney Plus, would you like to see it from what would you like to see from it in terms of animation and faithfulness to the games?
I don't know, because I did see that little pilot with the animatics and everything, and that was more of a hand drawn thing. I mean, I'm a sucker for hand drawn. I'm gonna lean more towards that, but for that world, and especially all the different types of Disney characters, I mean, CG probably makes more sense, but I'm always gonna be a sucker for hand drawn.
Fire Blast Studios, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, regarding Arthur punching his sister, of course you're siding with the character named DW.
Yeah, when it's funny because when you're a kid, and you have the name Doug, and you gotta put up with that. There are things you kind of put together. Oh man, I'm glad they never figured that out. Like, Dot Warner's initials was DW, so I'm just like, oh, thank God no one ever put that together. They're more like, oh, DW, like Darkwing Duck. I'm like, yeah, that's it, yeah.
The Minnesota Superstars, thank you for the 100 bits. Nostalgia critic on The Legend of Korra, but if not, thoughts on the show?
I liked it. It is inconsistent, and it sounds like there's a lot of production stuff that got in the way of that, from planning and funding and all that. But it is good. It's worth getting through to see all the various things that they add and play around with. There's way too much good stuff to avoid. I wouldn't dream of telling somebody not to see it.
A Pagan Priest, thank you for the 200 bits. Hey Doug, loved your Nostalgia critic about the X-Men cartoon. What are your thoughts on the upcoming X-Men 97 cartoon?
I'm excited because I'm still in contact with those people, and they're saying like everyone working on it they constantly run things by them all the time. And everybody working on it, like it's a requirement. You have to be a fan of the X-Men cartoon, the original X-Men cartoon. And they say, not only is that great, but they're like, but the Disney money is pretty nice, as they said. So I'm very, very excited. And I've heard nothing but good things from the people working on it. Yeah, they've told me when they're not happy with something, and they're very happy with this. So I'm very excited to see how it goes.
Disney Knowledge, thank you for the 100 bits. What is your favorite film Kurt Russell made for Disney? For me, it's The Barefoot Executive, where he learns the chimp his girlfriend is taking care of is able to figure what the top-rated show will be.
Let me see, because I always thought he did like just one or two, but I guess there were a lot of them. I mean, I feel like probably just oh shit. Actually, there are a couple more than I realized. Some of the later ones, Miracle is pretty good, and I have a real soft spot for Sky High. Honestly, I guess a lot of people, I guess, didn't like that movie. I'm just like, what? I love the shit out of this film. But yeah, if you're going by the old school, the original, like where you're starting out and everything, probably the Computer War Tennis Shoes.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What would you say is the best bad movie you've ever seen? The one you came closest to enjoying without officially liking it?
There's a couple. Sleepwalkers is hilarious. I mean, The Room is just spectacular. I mean, come on. I know there's others, but I'm blanking. I'm just going to the so bad they're bad ones. Yeah, I'm trying to think of ones where we were just like howling with laughter. Sleepwalkers there'll be some boring moments, but man, when it got funny, it was just so continually funny. I mean, just belly laughing funny. So that one's pretty good.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 100 bits. Who would you think is the better Sonic, Jaleel White or Ben Schwartz?
All right. Objectively, probably Ben Schwartz. But I grew up with Jaleel White. That's always gonna kind of be the place.
You didn't see the face I just made, but when you said technically Ben Schwartz, I made a face like shock and awe. No,
but I mean like actual like in terms of like a performer, we need some emotion from this character. We need him to be likable. We need him to be kind of cute but kind of dorky. But like when you show me Sonic, just a cartoon of him running and say what's his voice at, it's like Kevin Conroy. And what voice do I hear? I hear Jaleel White. And he does a good job. I'm not saying he does a bad job at all, but yeah, in terms of like a better performance, probably Ben Schwartz, but also allows him to do more of a better performance too. So Yeah, but I mean, I'm always gonna hear Julian White.
Gary Turbo, thank you for the 100 bits. Can Warner Brothers make a Lex Luthor Green Lantern game where he battles Brainiac instead of that trash Suicide Squad game?
Ask him.
Yeah. Or make it yourself.
Yeah.
Ooh, Jeremiah, thank you for the 100 bits. Thoughts on Don't Look Up?
Not a fan. On top of it being obvious and preachy and smug as hell, I hated the editing. I couldn't believe that got a Best Editing Oscar nomination. I thought that was so obnoxious and so in your face. There are one or two good moments. I love that they're trying to get DiCaprio ready to, be charming in front of cameras because he's so awkward. And then it's Jennifer Lawrence that comes across as awkward and he becomes this star. That was pretty funny. That made me laugh. But everything else, didn't do much for me.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. What are some of your favorite NES games growing up?
Oh my God. I mean, all the Mario games. I like, I got the little Chip and Dale one over there because I legit like that game, but I also just like the cover art. The first Zelda game actually I ever played. I played Zelda 2 before I played Zelda 1, so I always have a soft spot for that. There's any Capcom game is usually pretty good. Mega Man 3 is probably my favorite Mega Man game. That's more than enough.
Sean, thank you for the 100 bits. Is it better for something to be offensively terrible instead of, it's okay, it's fine, it's not that bad? For example, Howard the Duck will live on in people's memories. Can Wish say the same?
We've been talking about this quite a bit. Actually the the review I just finished up, I talk about a bit because it's a comedy I'm reviewing, and I say, look, I'm not going to act like this is a perfect comedy or this is phenomenal. This is high art. This is high humor or anything like that. But I say, look, there's jokes I can say from The Simpsons are better crafted and smarter, but I forget about them right away. But like jokes in this movie, I am never going to forget. They're just so out there and so crazy and just go for broke with it and commit all the way. So in my opinion, I think I'm preferring something that has a lot more passion and leaves a much bigger impact, whether it's good or bad, than something that's passable enough, but you forget about very quickly. Because you want anything, whether it's good or bad, I guess, to leave an impact on you. And, you want to take something away from it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Demonaires, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, what movie do you think deserved the Best Picture win the least, and what movie deserved it the most?
Just in general? I don't know if this is the most, but I was never that big a fan of. No. I was gonna say Gladiator, but no, take that away. Scratch that off. Crash. Crash was bad. That is not a good movie. Good intentions, good idea, but a bad movie. And what deserved it the most? Let's just keep on theme. Into the Spider-Verse.
Disney Knowledge, thank you for the 100 bits. If you want to view the good dub of Kiki's Delivery Service, you either have to have a Netflix Canada or hunt down the 2003 Disney DVD. It's sad they took out Hartman's extra ad-libs and the Sydney Forest songs.
Did they change the dub? The Kirsten Stewart one, right? Yeah, no, everyone in that was so wonderful. Yeah, Janeane Garofalo, everyone that was so good. That's really bizarre. Well, that's a shame. I mean, even if the new one's good, I mean, it's like, I don't know, that one was really good. I'm gonna miss that.
Fire Tower, thank you for the 100 bits. Hi guys, how's your day been? Also, the weather here is cool. How's yours? Unseasonably warm, actually.
Yes, I'll take it.
Burnsy, thank you for the 100 bits. Nikki Haley lost to None of the Above. Will this convince you to review Brewster's Millions because Richard Pryor endorsed this idea in the 80s? Everything old is new again.
That is one of those I don't think I've seen and I hear is really, really good. So I'll at least try to check it out.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. Hey, Doug, would you ever an NC of the Batman 66 movie?
I don't know how much I can get out of it. It's very funny and it's very clear why it's funny and clever. I just don't think I could say a ton about it that isn't already self-explanatory.
3M Onion, thank you for the 100 bits. If Ghostbusters Frozen Empire is coming out next month, is it a good time to review Ghostbusters Afterlife?
So I will do the first one at some point because I guess it's like the 40th anniversary somebody brought up. So I'll
Ooh.
do that. And then if I have time, maybe I'll do Afterlife this year. If not, I'll just do it the following year. Because I'm like, yeah, why not? Why not do all the Ghostbuster movies? But it probably won't be March because we have the theme month.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 100 bits. Fun fact about Coraline, when the other father is singing his song, the song is actually a hidden message to Coraline trying to warn her.
I think I remember that. Yeah, like the lyrics, could kind of be taken a different way. I think I read that too late, or I forgot to bring it up. But yeah, I did know that. I think later.
Bernsey, thank you for the 100 bits. I saw The Beekeeper. I really enjoyed the movie. I watched the YouTube channel CoffeeZilla, who uses a white collar way of defeating scammers, and The Beekeeper, Jason Statham, does a decidedly blue collar way of defeating Ponzi schemers, pyramid schemers, and scammers Michael Bay would approve.
Yeah, it looked like fun. I'm not gonna lie, it looked like a really good time. Again, probably a streaming movie though. I've just seen it when it comes to streaming.
JCM film student, thank you for the 100 bits. The Percy Jackson series finished last week and just got renewed for season 2. Maybe season 1 for Disney December.
Maybe I'm watching it right now. I think I'm about 2 or 3 episodes in, and it's not bad. I haven't gotten quite to the great territory yet, but I like it so far.
Excuse me. Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. Or, sorry, Stone Stream Dubs. Thank you for the 100 bits. No message, just the bits.
Thank you.
Alan, thank you for the 100 bits. You know, you've been getting a few Disney announcements today. It has me thinking, when are we going to get a trailer and release date for X-Men 97? We haven't even gotten a first look.
Right. Well, okay. So there's been some pictures have been released in like concept art and stuff like that. But yeah, there's really no no stills or trailers or anything. They pushed it back for some reason. No, because I know it's supposed to come out I think last fall because I saw Halloween costumes for them. They actually said X-Men 97 on there. And now I'm wondering if those are gonna be like collector's items. I was almost thinking about getting it, but I'm like, I don't know, probably not. If I'm interested in it, it's not gonna be a collector's item. But no, I'm excited for it. I think it's kind of like, the Spider-Verse movies. Like, take your time. I want it to be good, so take your time.
Rob's Jen, thank you for the 100 bits. Rank these famous lords: Lord of the Rings, Lord of the Flies, Lord of the Dance.
I will actually put Lord of the Flies over Lord of the Rings. And
Whoa,
yeah.
look
No,
at you.
I mean, that's a pretty. I feel like a lot of stories come from that.
From Lord of the Flies, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say Lord of the Rings came from that, but like it's I don't know. That's about as a primal story as you can get. And Lord of the Dance is beautiful, but not that beautiful.
Fire Tower, thank you for the 100 bits. One day I saw a game in GameStop I never thought we'll get a new video game. UFO Robot Grendiz, a 1975 anime. Any thoughts?
Never even heard of it. I'll try to check it out.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for Ferris Bueller. It's Matthew Broderick's best role after all.
I could very easily get some jokes out of Jeffrey Jones chasing after adolescent boy, but I'll see. I feel like there's some, or a teen boy. He's a teen in that, isn't he? But yeah, I'll see. There might be something there because it is a pretty fun movie, and I could probably find some things to say about it.
Movie Mike, thank you for the 100 bits. In Klaus, I always doubt myself. Klaus, what did you think of J.K. Simmons' performance? Would you put him on your list of favorite Santas?
I would, especially because I didn't recognize him. I really like when I can't recognize his voice because he has such a distinct voice. So when I hear him throughout an entire performance and be like, holy shit, that was him the whole time. I didn't know that. I'm always really blown away by that. And I'm just sucked into the character even more by that, not knowing who's playing him. Yeah, I would put him up there. I like what they did with that. I think it's Claus. I thought it was Claus.
Okay, because I thought it was saying Claus in the past, and then people were like, it's Klaus. And I was like, okay.
Is it? I thought it was Claus. Okay,
I don't know, Doug. I have been
Oh.
told it's like Arceus and Arceus. People tell me one thing and then tell me the other. And I was like,
People
I've
always
never
say-
seen the movie, so I don't know. I just
People give
assumed
me
it was
flack.
Claus.
People give me flack for saying Lara Croft instead of Laura Croft. But I'm watching Billions right now, which has like millions of dollars put in. There's a character named Lara, Lara, and that's all they ever say. So she is Lara to me. God damn it. So you know what? If it's Klaus, it's Klaus.
I don't know. I haven't seen it, so I could very well be wrong.
It's good. You should see it.
Sean49 Doctor, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, how do you feel about the few attempts at RoboCop for television, like the live action series, the Prime Directives miniseries?
I mean, it's all about the cartoon, man. Come on, that's where the real gold is. The cartoon's all I've seen, and even then, I haven't seen a ton of that. So, yeah, the first movie's great, but that's about all I've seen.
That Disney nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Wilkins has kidnapped these three characters: Gurgi, Olaf from Frozen 2, and Turk from Tarzan. Which character would you want him to kill? Which character would he torture? And which character would barely escape?
Uh, of Olaf would escape because he still makes money. Turk just kill. I mean, she tried, it just didn't work. Gurgi, you can torture, and I'd be okay hearing those screams. Oh no, blah, 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 blah. I'd be okay hearing that.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. You've mentioned, I know I'm gonna mess this up. I always mention this name, mess up this name. Carrie Elways?
Elways? Yeah, you got.
Oh, yes, I did. Look, I learned sometimes. Carrie Elways, hilarious fake accents in several movies, but what I'm curious if you haven't seen is his German accent in Shadow of the Vampire. If you thought his voice in Liar Liar sounded humorous, you cannot deny yourself this pure majesty.
I remember him being in it. I don't remember him having a German accent. That's so funny. I really don't remember much about that movie. I don't remember it being good, bizarrely. I thought it'd be a lot more, except for Defoe. Defoe's great in it. But no, the funniest one, his Scottish accent, and what's it called? A Castle for Christmas, is one of the funniest things you will ever hear. It's spectacularly bad. And because it's supposed to be bad, bad Christmas rom-com and everything, it just makes it so much better.
Haunted Joker, thank you for the 100 bits. If you haven't seen Entrapment with Sean Connery, take a moment now to look up the movie poster. You're welcome.
I've seen the trailer several times. I've maybe rewound certain parts of the trailer several times, but yes, it is. I think I did see that movie. I remember it being okay. I just rewound a few scenes a certain time. Have you seen the movie? You know what scenes I've rewound.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Which Disney villain did you find lamer, Shan Yu or Magnifico?
Magnifico. I think there was more of something that could be done. He turned bad so quickly, like just an interesting villain that just lamed so fast. Where Shan Yu, it's like, okay, he could turn it around. He could get a little more, like, he was menacing enough. He was a threat, I guess. There just wasn't any charm to him. Where Magnifico, it's like, man, this could have been a really cool villain. And they started off cool. And then just so quickly, they made him lame.
Fire Tower, thank you for the 100 bits. Would you ever stream a VR game? If so, I recommend at least the Five Nights at Freddy's Help Wanted. Any thoughts?
We tried it. Nobody watched or cared. For some reason, VR games, I guess I kind of get it, because we talked about before. I'm like, wouldn't it be funny if you see the person moving around? And it's like, I think there's just more going on screen in, when you're playing with just a controller, like just cinematically, you're seeing more happen. I guess. So, yeah, probably not. I will say, out of all the ones, that is the one I thought about. Like, that might be a fun one to do, the Five Nights at Freddy's one.
FBL, thank you for the 100 bits. I think Christopher Walken just randomly starts talking about things like pie, but he's such a star that nobody tells him to stop.
That's always what it feels like. Like, he just keeps going. He said that on one of these SNL episodes. He's like, I just show up and do whatever I want, and people just work around it.
Fire Tower, thank you for the 100 bits. What do you two think of Netflix show Jurassic World Camp Cretaceous?
I never saw it.
Neither did I.
That's it.
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. Top 3 favorite Jackie Chan movies.
Oh, man. See, years ago, I saw like the Police Stories, the originals. I remember them being really good, but if you were to say, or My Lucky Stars, those were the other ones that were really good. But it's one of those where it's like, I remember them being good, but I don't remember much about them. So I'm trying to remember, like, were they legit really good stories, or do I just remember them being so cool because it's like, wow, I'm seeing the original version of these and them acting their asses off and everything. I probably from what I remember, I may have to go back and see it again, but I remember the My Lucky Stars movies being really, really good. There's something like, I thought there were like 3 or 4 of them.
Disney Knowledge, thank you for the 100 bits. In reference to my comment earlier about Terry Gilliam, I had already seen all of his films and only liked Holy Grail. Brazil was too weird and depressing for me.
See, that's exactly why I loved it, but fair enough.
Disney Knowledge, thank you for the 100 bits. While there are times of remakes being better than the original, they are usually rare. I prefer The Thing from Another World from 1951 over the John Carpenter remake.
Oh, I like you know what? I'm trying to think if I've seen all of the original. I think I have. I think I watched it all. The original's very good. And they are kind of different animals, but I do like the remake more for just the different direction. When again, just the effects alone are just, I could watch those scenes over and over and just be like, how the fuck did they do that?
At Movies, thank you for the 100 bits. NC for Sky High.
I thought about it. I'm not gonna lie, because when I did the Disney December review, everyone was like, "Oh, I thought he was gonna hate it." Yeah, everyone I know, hey, I think it just got like a bad rap when it came out or something, or like it was maybe the popular movie for like kids to hate or something like that. But I really enjoyed it.
Alexander, thank you for the 100 bits. What I meant by best bad movie is the movie you came closest to enjoying that was just barely held back from succeeding in the end.
Oh, I see what you mean. I feel like I've been doing more of those recently. I'm trying to think of what one. I'd have to look back at like ones that came out recently, like maybe in the past few months here. Let me look that up, and you can do the next question here.
Okay. Fire Blast, thank you for the 100 bits. Well, if you ever do decide to revisit New Groove for a review or something, and you need an expert, I'm here.
Okay, I'll definitely keep that in mind.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you ever play the Simpsons arcade game?
Oh, Christ, yeah. Oh, when we
yeah.
were at Midwest Gaming Classic, I think, were you and I playing
Yeah.
that headset?
Yeah.
They had that there? Yeah, no, I played it. I can't even count how many times I've played that game. Yeah, that and the Ninja Turtles and everything. Answer your question before, the 2003 Peter Pan. That's one where it's like, it almost works, but doesn't quite.
Mumra, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, did you see the new Cobra Kai Season 6 promo teaser for its final season? What would you like to see happen in this final storyline?
No, I didn't see that yet. I gotta check it out. I'm not even joking, because they're getting Jackie Chan in there, which is great. I was kind of saying they should do that already. I want to see him get Hilary Swank in there. Like, just tie them all together, man. All the Karate Kid properties. I think it would show she has a really good sense of humor too if she came back for that.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. Did you see James Rolfe's top 5 favorite animated Disney movies list?
Yeah. I remember, like, I remember we talked about it before. And, well, I think just Sword in the Stone, spoilers, that's number one. In general, I think it's just one of his favorite movies. And that's one of those that got me to kind of think back to it and revisit it and do, like, an NC review of it. Because, because my thoughts did always kind of change on it. I always find it interesting, a movie where every time you look back on it, it's a little different.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 200 bits. And I'm going to combine your messages into one because I saw that you said you accidentally hit the enter. If the CA crew were the Star Wars characters, Doug seems like a nice guy, clearly has a dark side. Anakin. Heather, pretty helpful, usually smiling. Leia. Rob, pretty smart, loves the sound of his own voice. Han Solo.
Yeah. Yeah. That sounds,
I'll take being Leia 100%.
Yeah, I mean, only because of the look, I do think of Trilla. But, like, yeah, that is where it stops. Everything else.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. If you ever try out any Simpsons games, I highly recommend Hit and Run. That was my childhood, still no remaster, sadly.
Yeah, I forget if I had that down or not. Because weirdly, I missed that one. So I did the Road Rage game that came before it. I had a good time. And I tried Hit and Run, but I was kind of like, oh, it's just like a longer version of Road Rage. Okay, and I kind of didn't think anything of it, and then that became like the most popular Simpson game like ever made. Like, everyone says it's like a masterpiece. So yeah, I should give it a shot. Maybe I'll do that on stream at one point.
Tamara, hello, happy birthday! Everyone tell Tamara happy birthday. And Tamara has cast herself, Tamara, small and loud, a porg. That's who she is in the Star Wars universe.
Or R2D2, come on.
There you go. That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Malcolm, you. Sorry, The description really got me. Usually just there, but isn't good or bad. 3PO.
Oh, I don't know, man. His voice, when I hear his voice, I think Lando, man. He could pull off Lando pretty cool.
Yeah, he really could. All right, and that's actually all caught up with the bit messages. So we have
nice.
like 13 minutes, which is awesome to look at some of
Sweet.
these highlighted messages.
Yeah. Go ahead. I'm just going to let Chaplin out here.
Gotcha. Chaplain's so demanding. Cha says, if you finish Final Fantasy VII, can you start doing streams of Arkham City? That's the best Batman video game ever.
Yeah, originally we were going to do a vote to see what people wanted, that or Arkham. And finally just the choice was made. It's like, just do Final Fantasy VII. Like it'll probably get numbers.
Burnsy, thank you for the 100 bits. Did I miss my beekeeper question? Yes, I definitely read that from you.
Yeah.
Brenyata says, Doug, would you ever do a top 11 fuck yeah movie themes? So many more good themes, including Saw, Oppenheimer, and various Marvel properties.
I was trying to think, is that what I called the original top 11? Because I did do a top 11 movie themes. Maybe I called them "fuck yeah" theme. I can't remember.
It's F yeah is what they wrote. So
gotcha.
maybe that's what you called it.
I wonder if I don't think we probably could, because they do go after copyright music probably the most whenever we do anything like that. So anytime in the movie I just reviewed, there's a running joke where someone keeps playing like a really popular song from like, the early 90s or something, and they're always like super, super popular. I'm just like, oh man, I'm so afraid to play this at all, but it's like, it's part of the jokes. I gotta play like a little snippet. I hope it's okay.
Spooky Elephant says, so Zootopia is about equality. That's great. If only they practice what they preach. It's a city of all mammals. Where are the birds and reptiles, you bigots?
Wait for the sequel. They will answer all of that. I have no idea if they will.
Yeah, right. Lord R. Wolfen says, NC for Blades of Glory.
I really, really like that movie. I think it's a very, very funny comedy. I don't know if I could add that much to it. It is just one of those where it's like, in terms of like dissecting the layers of how well this works, I'm like, I don't know. A lot of it's just, it makes me laugh, kind of thing.
Blablek Block says, what are your thoughts on the adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert?
I never saw that one. I always remember seeing the poster, but I don't even know what it's about.
Power Gamer says, so I recently marathoned every Pixar movie, and call me heartless, but I didn't cry once. A few takeaways are Finding Nemo was my favorite, Monsters University got a bit better, Toy Story 3 got a bit worse, and Cars 2 was so bad it's good.
That's interesting. I was gonna say it might be interesting to go back and revisit that. I'm like, no, I can't say put on Cars 2. I just can't.
No. Burnsy, thank you for the 100 bits. Doug, Michael Chiklis was John Belushi in Wired. The John Belushi story, has you seen it or Cinema Snob's review?
I've seen Brad's review of it. Yeah, I haven't seen the movie itself. I hear it's pretty bonkers.
I just read that, sorry. Master Mario says, everyone wants to know, I have to know, is the Cinnabon story true? The one where you went to a con and ate a cinnamon roll at a panel not knowing what it was used for?
I love this story because it so sounds like something I would do. It's one of those where I hate that it's not true because it so sounds right. But even the con, they say, is a con I've never been to. It was MagFest. I've never been to MagFest. I tend to remember when they put us on at weird times, like late nights. And that's like obviously an adult one, so that would be late at night. I would remember if we went on that late. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would definitely remember I had a cinnamon roll. But it's one of those where if people think it's true, I'm okay with that because it's really, really funny.
Mumra, thank you for the 100 bits. Have you seen the movie The Sasquatch Gang? It's a pseudo sequel to Napoleon Dynamite and has Justin Long and Carl Weathers.
No. Interesting. I didn't know there was a kind of sequel. No, I try to check that out, I guess.
Cartoon Dictator says, favorite 90s X-Men cartoon, favorite Actually, let's just pick one of these. Sorry, because I saw someone else was like, "You missed my other second question." It's like, well, I'm trying to get as many highlighted questions from a variety of people as possible. So, like, if you have 3 or 4 questions in one message, I'm just trying to suss out one. You know, favorite '90s X-Men character.
90 seconds. It's a. So I always say the Holy Trinity: Wolverine, Rogue, and Gambit. Like those are the 3 that I'm like, oh, they can do pretty much no wrong. Man, it's usually Wolverine, but I don't know. Rogue like just has so much going on in terms of like the backstory and the person, how optimistic she is and stuff like that. I think it goes back and forth between those 2.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. Since you reviewed Megan, do you think you will do an NC on Child's Play 2019?
I have to see it first. I've heard interesting things about it. But I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. So I'll at the very least watch it, because I've heard a lot of people say, like, not that's great, but they're like, it's better than I thought, you know? It was a different take.
Elite Gamer says, hello, Heather and Doug. Hope you're both doing well. So, Doug, with you watching Has Been Hotel right now, what are your thoughts on the songs so far? I genuinely love them.
Maybe it's because I'm watching them on the phone. I like them. They're good. I haven't quite heard the one like I've fallen in love with yet, you know what I mean? But they are good. Of course, the talent singing it and everything is just, top notch.
Ramirez asks, House of Mouse or Once Upon a Studio?
Well, I mean, for just length, I'll go with Once Upon a Studio. But for humor, I guess House of Mouse had a few more jokes that worked in it probably than Once Upon a Studio.
Blablek Block says, this Christmas Day not only lands on a Wednesday, but also marks the 100th birthday of Rod Sterling. I know it's Christmas, but maybe you could do a Rod Sterling related thing for NC.
Maybe like a Night of the Meek review or something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Might be something there.
Glitch Crazed says, a film you could do for a Christmas Disney December review, 'Twas the Night with Bryan Cranston, or Ultimate Christmas Present with Brenda Song.
What was the first one? 'Twas the Night?
'Twas the Night with Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston? I never even heard of that. I never heard the other one. Yeah, look at that. Huh. Some sort of Disney Channel movie or something? Weird. And then what was the other one?
Ultimate Christmas Present with Brenda Song.
Ultimate Christmas Present. Oh, that looks... Actually, kind of looks sweet. I might do that one. That one looks... Just the cover. It just has like a Santa and his wife just are like holding each other like, yeah, we're in love and it's Christmas and it's nice. I'm like, oh, I think I like that.
Devil Loner says, hey, Doug, thoughts on the movie Office Space? Any plans to cover it on the show?
I think before we were talking about movies are a little overrated. I think that's a little overrated. But I do like it. It's good. It's a good movie. I think the first half is so much better than the second half. The second half, I think, gets kind of boring and kind of aimless. But it is still pretty damn funny. And again, I think that's the movie where I think I had this thing before where I didn't really get into the actors from Friends. I didn't get into the show Friends. And I know Jennifer Aniston was like this huge name. And when I saw her in that, I'm like, oh, she's legit talented. Like, she just took this character and didn't have that much to her. I feel like it's what she does. She always takes these semi-nothing characters and just brings like a ton of charm and charisma to them. So yeah, that was the first time I said, okay, she's really good.
That Disney Nerd, thank you for the 100 bits. Wait till you get to episode 5 of Has Been Hotel, Doug. That episode has my favorite song by far. All I'll say is it's a duet between Charlie and a specific short king.
Cool. Excited.
Mum Raw says, if you could recast the genie for Aladdin 2, who would it be?
I mean, just an Aladdin 2 I don't like. I don't know. If you're gonna do it, do like what they did in the show. Get the I forget her name, but there's a female genie in the show. I remember her being pretty funny. And get Aquafina's been done too much. I was gonna say that, and they would ruin it anyway. I mean, that's the thing. It'd have to be someone that could work within the bad Disney archetype. You know what I mean? The bad Disney remake archetype, and make it funny regardless. And I don't know who can do that because nobody's done it yet. So yeah, I'm not sure yet.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. What's a show that everyone loves, but you don't understand the hype? For me, it's Friends. I like the theme song, but don't find the jokes that funny. The laugh track is annoying.
I have to watch it again. I grew up really not liking it. But I know I have so many friends that really like that show. So a part of me does say I should probably give it a chance. Yeah, no, most shows, and again, House I couldn't get into just because of the voice, and I know what he really sounds like, and I just can't take it seriously. So I don't know if those are good reasons, but I guess they count.
Sean49 Doctor says, thoughts on Eric von Steinheims' controversial classic Greed, going to 100 years old this year.
I'm gonna sound really dumb, but it's just 100. I kind of thought it'd be even older than that. Now are they talking about the book or the movie? Hold on. Read, say book. Who would? Ava. Okay, so we're talking about I think this is the original one, right? No, A Sinful Empire. That is not it. Hold on. Greed movie. Let me try that. Because I've seen the movie. I really like the movie. God, now like this 2019 movie's coming up. What the fuck is this? Okay, here we go. Sounds like that's. I didn't know this movie was controversial. Now I actually really want to look up the history of it. No, but I love the film. So now I'm really curious to look up more of the history.
I know a guys asks NC for the bad guys.
I don't have a ton to say about it. It's fine. It's okay, I guess. I did a Untitled review show on it, and it's like that's all my thoughts on it. I don't think there's many more layers to pick apart for me anyway.
That Canadian fangirl says, hey Doug, I have an idea for a game you could play for Disneycember. Bart's Nightmare.
Not after Hit and Run. I'll probably do that first. That would be kind of a funny stream, just to Bart's Nightmare for a laugh.
Cameron Blythe, thank you for the 100 bits. Final bits for the night. Hope you enjoy. Hope you enjoy Final Fantasy VII. Really fun characters and gameplay.
I'm liking Bart's Nightmare more and more. Just doing a Disneycember on that, I think that'd be pretty funny.
Amazing. I love it. I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah.
I'm sure you heard
no,
that.
I okay. Missed that. I'm sorry.
Thank you for the 100 bits, Cameron Blythe. Final bits. Hope you enjoy Final Fantasy VII. Really fun characters and gameplay.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, definitely.
I think, I don't want to hype you up, but we'll see what happens. I'm very intrigued to see if you like it, hate it. Very intrigued. Be prepared, chat. He may not like it, okay? It's very, very anime. But in the best way, Doug.
I mean, I like a lot of anime too, but yeah, there is anime I also don't get into as well. Yeah. But I mean, let me put it this way: when somebody gets excited, does their head get really big and their mouth start going like this, and they get the big sweat bead and stuff? Does that happen?
No, not really.
That's okay. That's the one that is really hard for me to get into when they do that.
Amazing. All right, everyone. That's where we're gonna wrap it up here. We are going to go raid Tamara.
Well, I'm gonna say happy birthday.
Absolutely. You are, since it is her birthday, you're legally required to stay for her stream. That's actually not true. I'm just joking. Okay. I'm just joking. But we are going to head over there. It is genuinely her birthday. So do tell her happy birthday. We love having her here and as a part of the team. We love Tamara. So please go wish her a happy birthday. Thank you all so much for hanging out here with us tonight. As usual, we super duper appreciate it. Do come on back. We have content here 5 days a week, including tomorrow and Friday. We'll have Malcolm and Doug. And if you haven't already heard, Doug is starting Final Fantasy VII Remake on Friday. And we're all excited for it. We're all pumped, okay?
I'm very excited, yeah.
Yeah, indeed, indeed, indeed. Have a great rest of your evening, and we will see you all later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye. Thank you.